up, y'all? It's Friday, May 26th. This is still Diverted.
Hi, beautiful people. I'm Kat.
I'm Malcolm. And let's get into it. So this week we're talking about Adrienne Bailon. She is in lots of mess, from clapping at Monique to apologizing to Naturi Naughton to allegedly having sex with Kanye. Graduation Louis Vuitton backpack West. I said, oh my God. What's this about?
If you get Kanye, we're also going to get into Ariana Grande, covering all the fees for the Manchester victims.
Yeah, plus Nicki Minaj. Girl, shut up. But let me tease this correctly. Nicki Minaj talks about dating Nas on Ellen, and I have some thoughts. So
let's talk about it.
Let's think together.
Make sure you stay tuned for Slade Sis.
Stay stuned up, stuned pandakaki. All right, let's do this. It's still Diverted.
So Adrienne Bailon, she apologizes to Naturi on her show
this
week. This is our time. I really do like the theme song.
It's a good theme song.
I do.
We talked about that the other day. We were like, damn, TV theme songs are dead. Except for talk shows. Talk shows still have theme songs.
They do.
Yeah, especially when it's hosted by black people. Because, black people love to sing and dance, but not shuck and jive. There's a difference.
So Adrienne, she goes on the show, and they're sitting in this nice circle, half circle.
You know how to do the interviews. Everybody asks one question from the prompter, just like this. So, Naturi Naughton, tell us about your new show, Stars, Power on Stars. Let me not shade my girls at the real.
Exactly.
But that's how they do it, though.
Well,
watch the view and watch the real. Anyway, we're not going to do all of that. I'll leave those girls alone.
When Adrienne was talking, she decided to address Naturi and bring up, their old memories of them being young, sleeping in bunk beds, just being teenagers, wild, free, full of cum. And at the time, I guess I
hope that didn't make it in.
She never apologized to Naturi for what
You're
happened.
Trash. I hope y'all heard what she said, actually. Because now I feel like I look crazy. Tell your fucking story. You're disrespectful. You're a mean girl, Katie. You're a bitch.
Stop.
Anyway, go ahead. Proceed.
During the conversation, Adrienne just sends out a heartfelt, warm, genuine apology to Naturi. And she's like, you know what? I thank you for apologizing because that shows humility. It's talking to Naturi. Even though a lot of people on the internet feel that her apology wasn't real. No,
Naturi told Adrienne, thank you for apologizing because that shows humility.
Yeah.
You said Naturi apologized to Adrienne.
No, I was saying that she said that shows humility talking to Adrienne.
You said to Naturi. Anyway, whatever. The point of it all is that Adrienne apologized to Naturi Naughton. Now, my whole thing about this clip was, if you watch it, and we can't show it, but if you watch it, Naturi looks very uncomfortable during the whole thing.
Low-key, yeah.
Very, and I'm like, and I don't know, I'm about to sound like you, I don't know Naturi Naughton's sign, but the way I am, if we settle some shit, in the park, we don't have to come in the house and apologize again to each other. Like, we settled it. Like, it's over. Like, why are you bringing this up again? So, knowing how TV works, knowing how it is May, and it is May sweeps, which is like a huge ratings period for television, I wouldn't be surprised if, they brought Naturi on just for the sake of May sweeps.
She's
and is she? That's my girl.
Exactly.
Her birthday just was like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I really do feel like Naturi is very, she keeps herself away from Adrienne. I feel like she doesn't want to get involved in anything that Adrienne does. Yeah. This is
because these girls ruined her life. Yeah. I mean, not really, because look who came up now. Look who's the biggest star of 3LW.
Right.
Naturi Naughton.
During that time, it almost seems like she had nowhere to go and she had no one to go.
Do we have to do the backstory?
No.
I feel like the people that watch this show know. But all right, so Adrienne Bailon, Kiely Williams, Naturi Naughton was in 3LW. So.
No more.
Yes.
No more. Baby, I'm gonna do it right.
So the way the whole thing,
I was like, just like that.
Oh yeah. So the way the whole group fell apart was because Kiely, which is the tall one that says promises, her sister was the manager of the group. Right. So with Naturi Naughton is the best singer in the group, clearly. Right. But Naturi was always singing lead, and Kiely's sister was like, well, why are we gonna let her sing lead? Like, she the dark-skinned chick, she's not even all that cute, blah, blah, blah. Let's put her to the back, put Kiely and Adrienne up in the front, and that just caused rifts in the group as it was. So all of this came to a head. I think they were at, if I remember correctly, I think it was a KFC parking lot in Virginia. And they were on tour. Oh, no, this is a story, girl.
Oh, yes.
and somehow words were exchanged in the back of like a SUV or a limo, because it's 2003, so SUVs wasn't really popping back then. But somehow words are exchanged, you know, the three girls get into it. It's really like Adrienne and Kiely ganging up on Naturi. Next thing you know, there's chicken flying and spaghetti being thrown. And I said, what? KFC sells spaghetti? But again, this is the South, so, you know, everything's a little different.
Right.
Yeah, so they get into this whole fight, you know, Naturi leaves, flies back home to New Jersey to never see these girls again. She goes on Wendy Williams' show like a couple of weeks later. You know, Wendy extracts, that's a good interview though, you should go check it out. It's on throwbacktv.com. But anyway, yeah, so I say all that to say, the reason why she has to apologize is because there's been a lot of tumultuous, you know, times with her and the girls in 3LW.
Oh, that's why you feel like Adrienne should apologize.
Well, no, I mean, Adrienne did apologize. And the other thing about Adrienne's apology that I didn't really appreciate was she said, if I did anything to you to like hurt you, I never had that intention. It's like, no, but you already did things to hurt her. Like,
and you
ruined this girl's money. You could have ruined this girl's career. Luckily, she's talented, so she bounced back. But it's like, no, you don't apologize for if she felt that way. You apologize for what you did. That's what's wrong with y'all new kids. Y'all don't know how to apologize about nothing. Y'all just be, I'm sorry if you feel upset. No, bitch, you were sorry. I am upset, but you were sorry for what you did, not for how I feel about it. If you slap me in my face, like I'm sorry that slapped her. No, I'm sorry for slapping you in the face. That's what's wrong with y'all kids. That's why my kids are gonna be homeschooled in the house by themselves because y'all are animals. Y'all are raising animals out here. That's ridiculous.
But the point,
my daughter's old enough to be your daughter.
I'm not doing this with you.
Anyway,
the point is, it resulted into the former manager, Kiely's older sister, tweeting on Twitter about how she feels about.
She on Twitter.
She sure
Girl,
did.
nobody wants to hear what you have to say.
And yeah, it's like she got like 4 likes on each one, right?
That she really did.
So she goes, what exactly did we do to Naturi? What is she apologizing for? We put you on and you spent years talking trash about us. And then she moves on to say, I think you should fight fire with fire, especially when people have been talking smack for years. 2 fakes. What lie should I expose first? So let me get this straight. Adrienne Bailon couldn't be managed by me for 4 years. After Naturi,
Adrienne Bailon continued to be managed by.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure out what that meant. Because she left beat 3LW because she was afraid. Please. She goes on to say, "You had a problem with skin color, not us." And it was.
Wait. Sorry, go back to last week because that one looked good.
She said, and yes, after 13 years of listening to talk,
I see what you did. You jumped around.
Yeah, I was like, you know, she had a problem with skin color, and then she keeps going.
But here's the thing: Naturi Naughton never bring this up. No, never brings this up.
But this is how Kanye gets up here.
Oh,
so she goes, you know why the Cheetah Girls ended? Naked pictures of Adrienne Bailon. And Disney wasn't having that. She goes, we shouldn't start talking about sleeping with married men for years behind everyone's back. I mean...
But Kanye wasn't married when the Cheetah Girls were popping.
She goes, and poor Rob Kardashian never saw it coming. She schemed on him and chewed him up and spit him out. And I'm not talking about Black China. Kanye, ? And then she goes, you started it. And it just seems like very tit for tat.
This girl
even though
always,
that nobody's titting. But being that it's Kiely's sister, I expect this because Kiely seems like that kind of woman. So her just being her sister, it seems like just a reflection of it all. I say this to say that with Adrienne saying an apology publicly, I hope that Adrienne thinks, like, you know, what if this talented woman didn't become the star that she is now? Would I still apologize to her? Would I still take the time out
if
to
I wasn't
say,
on this national talk show?
Exactly. I did something fucked up to this girl when we were younger, almost ruined her life.
You know what? Sorry.
Would she still apologize?
Well, she said she apologized to her a couple years ago at Us Weekly party.
And still...
Which is probably why I think Naturi Naughton was looking like, girl, why are you bringing this up again? Like, if you already apologized to me... Why, especially if the Us Weekly party was more than 6 months ago. Because I was like, why are you bringing up this old... Like, I get it. Like, you know, we were in this group and, you know, whatever. People know the history. But it's just like, if I know you good, if I know we good and you know we good, why do you have to prove to the whole world that we good?
Yeah, and that's another thing. That's how you know it wasn't like she came backstage, Naturi was getting her makeup done. It's not as if Adrienne was like, oh, Naturi's here. Okay, let me go backstage and talk to her real quick before we get on this show. Like, you could see that Naturi wasn't even prepared for this conversation.
Yeah.
It's just all like, sis, we don't have to discuss this. So I could tell that Naturi is still not feeling Adrienne, even after 2 apologies within the last 5 years.
And she don't have to accept her apology.
She don't.
Well, she can accept her apology, but not forgive her.
So another thing that Adrienne is being on the headlines about.
Oh, this is the Adrienne show. God damn, it's like 4 stories. Easily 20 minutes of Adrienne already.
And it's all on the reel. It's nothing outside of the reel that she's doing
Shout out
for
to
us
y'all,
to talk about.
right?
So
too bad the season's over now, because, y'all could really milk this whole situation, but y'all got like another week of live shows. So.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, they've wrapped production already, so.
Yeah, but I doubt that she's going to say anything while she's on the show.
Oh, no, but I'm saying just for them, just now people want to watch.
Views,
like, what they talking about over there today?
That's great.
Yeah.
But you still have a character that you have some integrity, sis. But moving on. So she doesn't talk to Monique directly, but I guess Monique comes into the conversation about how you should handle situations when you're being blackballed or blacklisted within the entertainment industry. So the topic comes up, and they always talk about topics, and they girl talk, and Adrienne,
girl chat, thank you.
I knew it was one of the two, but I was gonna say chew, but I was like, oh, wrong show.
Wrong network.
Exactly. So Adrienne goes in and saying, if you're addressing a situation, there's a certain way you can do it. You don't have to say it in a mean manner. You don't have to be condescending. You don't have to be loud. You can do it with class. Like, why does keeping it real have to always be like finger in your face, being just obnoxious?
Yeah.
So Lonnie, she brings up the situation. She's like, listen, if you guys don't think the show is funny, that's cool. But she was just talking about how she felt about it. It's her show. She could do whatever the fuck she wants on her show.
Yeah.
And it's not as if Oprah and Tyler were sitting right in the audience, it's her opinion. So then Monique gets on Twitter after witnessing the conversation on the reel. And
it took Monique some time to see this, because that was like 2 days ago.
Even to reply like now, it's like, Monique, sis,
it was like an old episode.
You don't even watch the show. You just heard it word from mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so she goes, my love, this baby gets a pass. She is too young to even begin to understand. However, Adrienne Bailon,
there you go.
if you would like to discuss, she says that she's open to it. Mind you, Monique is 49 and Adrienne is 33. So she really can just be Auntie Monique. But moving on, she goes, we await your reply, sister. This is Monique. I hope I'm not being too loud for you, LOL. It's corny. And then she goes, by the way, I'm fighting for young sisters like you who haven't won an Academy Award. Now, at first I was like, is she being shady? Then I was like,
Adrienne hasn't won an Academy Award.
I really do feel like Monique is like trying to help young sisters out here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I really do feel like she's trying to, cultivate some sort of positive energy where everybody is being inspired and motivated to continue to, hoping for their dreams.
Because it all comes down, I think what this all boils down to for Monique is the money. Like the fact that Precious made Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey so much money. And this was like an indie film. Like, Precious was not supposed to do well. Like, just like on like standard. Like, it was like no huge actor, and like there was no huge like, Brad Pitt is in Precious. We got to go see it. Like, it was a very like indie film. Like, just the little engine that could. And, thanks to Monique and Gabourey's performances and Lee Daniels' writing and his directing, like, I'm not going to omit him from, obviously, the whole narrative, but, like, the on-screen, that appeal that it had made Precious such a huge success. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think the reason why Monique says I'm doing this for the women who haven't won Academy Awards is because I feel like Monique thinks she hasn't been paid out correctly, and I don't know what Monique was paid, and I don't know how much, you can find out how much Precious made, but, I think she's saying, like, Rummy was mine because, I'm helping you eat, so help me eat too. And I feel like,
Right. Yeah. So she ends the air out on Twitter by stating, if you really want to tell us something, my husband and I would be more than happy to come on the show and you could tell us directly. Bloop. Now I'm just bloop, like, bloop, bloop. Now explain to me why she added her husband in there.
So, because her husband is her manager. And when they did what is it called? Monique went on TMZ Live, and then she went on Periscope for like an hour and 40 minutes.
Right.
But it was her husband sitting together, because if I'm not mistaken, I think he's her manager. But any event, he was in the video with her tackling it together.
Yeah.
So I think he's her manager. I feel like,
when do managers come on stage and talk to you? Like, every time Chris Brown gets into some shit, you think his manager is like, let me stand right by Chris Brown so we can reply to you?
Hopefully Chris Brown probably needs his manager on stage every time he talks about some shit.
Well,
but that's not uncommon though. Like, anytime, I mean, this is a little different for a manager, but like if you're doing anything in like legal stuff, like it's very common to be like, oh, my lawyer's here with me.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm saying, if she's saying that she's just a baby, why even bring your husband into this? You know what I'm saying? You're not even referring him to as your manager. So this sounds very personal, Monique, and I understand why you feel this way.
Yeah.
But to an extent, Adrienne is right. Like, you have Oprah's number. you have Tyler's number.
Oh, the other reason why
is I'm sure you're able to hit them up.
No, but I don't think
set up a meeting or something.
No, but I think Monique is done talking because this has gotten to the point now where I think mainly Lee Daniels has painted Monique with this brush of difficult to work with. Like it's past the point of like calling up this person. Yeah, like she like the fight has happened. Like there's no talking it out now. And the reason why Monique is also upset with Oprah is because obviously a couple years ago, but when Oprah's show was still on, Monique, I forget what the subject was, but somehow, Monique's like mother and her brother and I think her father, if I'm not mistaken, ended up on Oprah's show because Oprah wanted to do an episode of like, you know, Monique and her siblings like reunite because there'd always been like some strange relationship between them, and whatever ended up happening was I think one of the brother, I know what it is, the brother that Oprah invited to the show wasn't supposed to be invited in the first place because he molested Monique when she was younger. So like it was just a lot. Like that kind of like imploded their relationship all the way together. So Monique claims that Oprah's the reason why her family is like not still together to this day. I don't know if I can technically agree with that because you know if it was already, you know, bad blood there, but in any event.
Yeah, in any event, I agree with Adrienne to an extent, but everything else that she's doing, I think Adrienne, you just gotta take a step back, girl, and just remember where you at, remember how you got here, and all the things that you do. You know, you could go into your confessional at the Catholic Church and speak to the Pope or whoever is the deacon or however that works. But yeah, confess your sins, girl, because you seem like you got a lot of repressed feelings. You have a lot of issues that don't need to be publicized. You can talk. You have a whole entire husband, and now you have a partner in your life who's willing to listen to everything that you say because they care about you. You know, talk to them about that shit.
Word.
Like, stop trying to. You know, I'm sure if you did this fucked up shit to Naturi, and now you want to apologize after 13 years, I can imagine how many other people's lives you fucked up intentionally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a lot. All right, we're going to move on. Sorry, I hate to cut you off, but we got to drive this train because time is running. It's already been 20 minutes on this one story. I really like two stories, but anyway.
But I'm saying, just if you're going to do it, sis, do it in your circle. There's no reason why you have to get on the reel for everything. Like, I granted it's a platform to speak your mind, just like YouTube is a platform for me to speak my mind.
Yeah.
But
I never got up here and was like, sorry for cursing you out, Timothy. I feel bad about it now.
Who's Timothy?
Nobody, just made that up. All right, moving on. So Ariana Grande, I'm pretty sure you all have heard by now. She had a concert in Manchester on Monday. As you know, explosion went off. There was a bomb there. 22 dead, 119 injured. There's been some sources that have said that ISIS has come out and said they're responsible for this. But the way ISIS kind of works is that they kind of be lying about stuff sometimes. So
ISIS is white. They have to be white. I swear they're Europeans who are just fucking annoying.
Okay.
I don't see it any other way.
Yeah, so there's some saying that ISIS is responsible. Some others are saying that ISIS is not responsible. Obviously, we don't know until ISIS, comes back and tags up the building or whatever. So,
how many terrorists do you know that just be like, oh, I did this? Oh, that bombing? I did this.
Yeah, right.
Like, who does that?
That is very white. You're right, yeah. Just trying to take ownership of nothing.
Yeah, like, it's not a good thing, dude. Word. Stop.
So, as for Ariana Grande's concert, the rest of it tour has been canceled. And she has also agreed to pay for the victims that have passed away in their funeral costs. So, just a sad fucking story. Like, it's I mean, no form of terrorism is like quote unquote good, but it's just like the fact that there was like such little like I think the youngest victim was like 8 years old, and it's just like I don't know, something about like going through your day to day and then dying from terrorism seems less. This is gonna sound weird, but it seems less than. Could you only Ariana Grande show for like a 13-year-old girl? Like she's probably they've been waiting months for this show. Like that's me going to a Beyonce concert. Like you bought your tickets, you're waiting to go, you got your outfit picked out, and it's just like literally in a space where people are just trying to have fun and enjoy themselves. It's like this is now a target. So just shout out to Ariana Grande. Shout out to everybody in Manchester. For Ariana Grande, I know this sucks. Like the fact that you had a concert and people were literally just coming out to hear your music, support you, have a good time with you. Like, that is probably such... And, like, this... Even though it wasn't your fault, like, the fact... You could carry so much guilt from that where it's just, like... It's just fucked up. So, shout out to Ariana. Shout out to everybody in Manchester. Shout out to everybody. Just...
I think that people, too, also, don't be so selective about death. Like, we understand that, 68 children were bombed this week in a school bus in Syria. And that is a horrible story. What happened in Manchester is a horrible story. But the thing about the European countries who go through terrorism, they don't deal with terrorism, like, at all. And I'm not saying, like, don't hear me out. I feel like in places like Syria, in places like Afghanistan, Kuwait, you know, many places where people are dealing with bombings, terrorism on a daily side. This is stuff that they have to get used to. They prepare their hearts for. They prepare their minds for. Like, the children are so young and already, like, so militarized, and they're soldiers out here. You know what I'm saying? You think these European kids are out here like, oh, I'm going to get bombed today. Let me strap up. You know, let me call my mom. Let me make sure I have that. No. Like, these people are just going out, living their daily lives, doing whatever the fuck they do. They go to a concert, and then boom, they find out that their 8-year-old daughter is killed. I'm just saying that some people are way more desensitized to it, so you shouldn't be selective about it. Like, don't be like, oh, well, this death happened in that place. I mean, like, yeah, that's fucked up. Both of them are fucked up. Like, you shouldn't have this attitude of, well, we're not talking about Syria, so why should I care about Manchester? You understand what I'm saying?
Wow, that took a
because
long
that's
time
just
to
really
circle back around. It just clicked for me. Okay,
yeah, because it's messed. I feel like it's messed up
Yeah.
on both terms, and I do think a lot of celebrities, especially within those countries who are hella rich, they should be helping out their people as well. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about Manchester or Syria? Cause I'm not even joking. I don't know any like celebrities that like. I don't know like any like Syrian celebrities that are like.
I don't know any Syrian celebrities.
That's what I'm saying.
And Ariana Grande is not from London.
No.
But I'm sure that the people are performing in these countries, knowing the habitat, knowing the situation, and they're just turning a blind eye. And it's like, yo, do you not see what's going on? So I think everybody deserves help. Everybody deserves funeral costs. Everybody deserves their tuition paid. So moving on into this Nicki Minaj story. So this week, Nicki Minaj...
I'm sorry, that just threw me for a fucking loophole. You just went all the way around the road with that one.
I know. I just wanted to move on
because
it was low-key getting me upset. Because you see it on Twitter, I'm just like...
I've been on Twitter all week,
chill.
so that's probably why I feel so joyous. I'm actually in a really good mood because I haven't been on social media.
As you should be.
I went on Twitter last night, like to show prep, but I haven't been on Twitter all week.
So Nicki Minaj decided to go to Ellen this week, and she has confessed that she is not dating Nas and that she's not sleeping with him, even though she has sleepovers. Yes, Nas is a grown-ass man, and yes, Nicki Minaj is a grown-ass woman. But
two grown-ass people.
Exactly.
Doing little kid shit.
Exactly. Given that she just broke... I mean, think about it in, like, a pedestrian way or, like, a peasant way. Or
yeah, I was like pedestrian.
What's the word? Civilians. It's like the hierarchy. Celebrities. What are we?
Celebrities, we're all people. Nicki Minaj walks down Fifth Avenue like the rest of us.
No.
Who has no fucking pedestal?
You know what I mean. For us regular folk, when we
I'm not going to be no peasant, so you claim that for you and yours.
When we get out of a relationship, we don't want to step into another relationship.
Who said that?
Nicki Minaj just broke up with her man that she had for 2-3 years, right? Meek Mill.
And?
You think now she just wants to get back in the dating game?
When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Time to go
if
where?
I break up with you,
I'm just fucking other people?
Yes.
Or you think she got over Meek Mill that fast?
Well, here's the thing how breakup works. I'm 99.99999% sure that she broke up with him. So usually when you do the breaking up, you're usually disconnected before you actually drop the bomb.
Well, according to Nicki Minaj...
Like, if you break up in May, by March, you're usually like, all right, I'm ready to get out of here. And you're just plotting your escape. So it's not uncommon for me to see somebody dating now 3 months after they broke up with their ex.
I don't know. 3 years is not a long time. But I feel like Nicki Minaj really loved Meek Mill. And I would hate if she pretended that she didn't. So... Saying this to say that when she was in the Ellen, she goes, I wanted to go a year without dating any men. I hate men. And I'm just like, I get it, sis. Like, you got into a relationship with a dude who clearly played you. And then on top of that, when you broke up with him, he tried to rob your crib. Like, I wouldn't want to think about men either.
Allegedly.
So her saying that she's like, going out with Nas or that she's just like entertaining him or vice versa, I have no problem with that. I believe it. I think it's true. Nas is not dating anybody right now. He's not seeing anybody right now. And I think he's okay with dealing with Nicki Minaj. I just don't know if he knows what he's getting into.
They're not dating. They're not dating.
So what do you think?
I can tell you why they're not dating. Nicki Minaj is very calculated. Drake is very calculated. Young Money is very calculated. They're a very calculated group of people.
For sure.
Now, here's my thing. Nicki Minaj, like most of us, I think, 99.999% of us watching don't like to lose things. I think everybody wants to come up victorious and the winner in things. Here is my theory about this.
She's been on a tour.
She's been a tour?
Yeah.
No, not a tour. Nicki Minaj, like I said, is calculated.
I meant like a press tour.
Oh, she is on a press tour. And,
okay.
and this is clickbait. So it's very easy for people to be like, oh, what's Nicki Minaj doing?
Yeah.
Especially with like a huge rapper like Nas.
Yeah.
But Nicki Minaj shot the No Frauds video and put Rashida Ali? Whatever her name is. But Remy Ma's old friend. She put it in there when she put that whole line where she's like, bitch, you got a botch job, and whatever the line is, y'all know what it is. Riley pops up in the video, obviously direct dig at Remy Ma. Nicki Minaj is still very salty about losing this battle between Remy Ma. She just is. Like, let's just call a spade a spade. Like, she lost, she didn't come up victorious, she now looks like the loser because she was the loser. Remy Ma sampled which song for Sheether? Ether. Ether was a Nas song.
Oh, you think?
I think because Nicki Minaj never wants to seem like the loser in anything. She feels like even though I got bodied on this track, even if I'm still cool with Nas, I still come up looking like the winner because in this scenario, Remy Ma packaged herself as the Nas of the situation by sampling Ether. So I feel like this whole thing is calculated so that Nicki Minaj can be like, I'm cool with Nas, therefore, I come up the winner, like, Nicki Minaj is very, very calculated. So I don't think this has anything to do with any of that.
Yeah.
And, like, I wish my memory was better right now, because I thought of it before the show, but I should have wrote it down. But there's been, like, many times where we've seen Nicki Minaj play the petty card and, like, doing things just to seem like, quote unquote, like the winner. Like, I think really, like, getting real close with Foxy Brown after beefing with Lil' Kim. Like, she does all these little things just to seem like, like I'm always good, I'm always Gucci, I'm always chilling. Which is fine. But I don't believe these two are dating or in a relationship or anything of that matter. This is all calculated because in a couple of weeks, the BET Awards is coming up and, Nicki still wants to seem like the victor.
Damn,
even though she's not.
Your life must be really hard.
Even though she's not.
Like,
so,
in your head, sis.
That's my theory. That's my thesis.
It makes total sense. I think that Nicki has a very elusive lifestyle within her head. Mm-hmm. How she has to constantly pretend and put on this facade. Like, who just doesn't know how to take a fucking L and walk away.
Just take the L, girl.
Like, damn, sis. It's been 3 months and you're still, like, riding it. Is it real? Oh my gosh, this is too much, Nicki.
3 months, yeah.
Advice. Who am I? Nobody.
Woman.
I do think you need to take, again, just like Adrienne, I think you just need to recenter yourself and get it together, like, in your head. Like, really think about what you want. Remember why you're here. What really makes you happy. It's the music. It's the fashion. It's the love from your fans. Like, you don't have to go the extra mile to do these little things. You're a popular person in this industry. You make great connections. You have so many relationships. Use that to the best of your ability and put out some good energy, sis. All this
and
other
some good music.
Yeah, and some great music,
because
these
last 3 songs were just, no. And I don't even hate No Frauds. Like, I don't like it, but girl, the shit is catchy. Like, if you leave me alone for more than 30 seconds at, somebody's teenage nightclub, and I'm gonna be, I don't need no fraud. It's a catchy song. But whatever. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I give it 3 months before it's like, Nas who? And they're not gonna have no collab together. I don't think they're gonna collab together. I just don't. But again.
But getting on Nasir, that's a really great restaurant that you have there, Sweet Chick. It's really nice.
You on Sweet Chick? In Brooklyn? No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm not thinking of Sweet Chick. No.
Shout out to Nasir.
Yep, shout out to Nas. Oh, and one more thing. So.
What were you going to say about Ellen?
I am on fire today. So, here's my thing. So, if you saw this Ellen clip with Nicki Minaj, and Ellen has been very spicy lately, but we'll get back to that. So, in the Nicki Minaj clip, somehow, so the way the conversation comes about is because Ellen's talking about Nicki at Fashion Paris Week.
Good job, Ellen. Great transition.
Right, when she had the titty out. Mm-hmm. And Ellen was like, which breast do you like more? And Nicki was like, I pay both of my breasts the same attention because I love them, whatever. And then Ellen was like, which one does Nas like more? Which is how we get into this whole conversation of her doing all of this. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Jennifer Lopez was on Ellen's show. And Ellen again, very spitty. Ellen again was asking her,
about the relationship.
About A-Rod's relationship. Now, here's the thing. Thank you. You caught it. You caught it. The way that this whole talk game works is that so celebrity gossip is obviously, pop culture. It is what it is. We open everybody's business. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, when my girl, Auntie Wendy's, much as problematic as she is some days, when she came on the scene with the gangster lean, doing all of this, nobody liked it, everybody hated it, her show's not gonna last, you can't book guests like that. And now all of a sudden, Ellen has become the same messy bitch that Wendy is. Because this was never Ellen's style. This was never, Ellen would never, if you went on Ellen's show, she would never ask about your dating life, your personal life. Ellen was always...
I feel like she's been doing that for the last couple of years.
How long has Wendy been on TV?
For the last couple of years.
Like, and I hate to see if somebody, change their chess, tactic just because there's a new player on the game.
Like their chess,
No. No, chess tactics. But no, I peeped it though, and I'm just like, Ellen, you're so not this girl. And it just makes me look at Ellen a little sideways. I'm just like,
but I think Ellen likes it secretly, but she just never got the opportunity to do that because people already painted the picture of how they perceived Ellen to be.
But Ellen did that to herself though, because Ellen was Ellen never discussed tabloid stuff. Ellen was always like, ha ha he he, let's do the movie, let's play a game.
Let's give you $25,000.
Pop out of a box and I'll scare you. But I was just like, girl, you
dance around the stage.
Right, you were never about this, swoop down, get the tea lifestyle. Now, I'm not really complaining, because obviously it's great material for us, but I think it's just so funny how,
I think it's just so funny.
I just find it funny how. I'm just like, okay, that's what you want to do, girl, then so be it. But very, very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Let's move on to Slay Sis. Let's get the hell out of here.
Before we go,
show's been 5 hours.
Slay Sis.
So our Slay Sis for this week is a 18-year-old senior graduating high school. All right, sis. Now I'm going to try not to mess up your name, but I don't know how to say this. I think is
Nanasseri.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with that. So it's Nnasseri. Again, I'm really trying not to butcher your name, girl, because, I just don't want to do that to you. But
Nanasseri.
Okay. Well.
Or maybe, I was about to say the N is silent. Because I know a girl, is she African?
I'm not sure.
I know a girl who has
her last name is Johnson, though.
2 N's. So 2 N's in her name, and her name is Noma.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's just Nazeri.
Okay, well look, we don't put it down in the lower third, so y'all can read it and get it together for yourselves, because I don't want to butcher it. But shout out to her, she graduated high school with 17 chords. Now here's how basic I was. I was like, what the fuck is a chord? And did we get those in high school? I didn't get shit in high school.
You didn't get anything.
I got a tassel.
I got everything.
I got STD in high school.
Lovely.
See how you do that? See? So now be nice. Be nice to me. No, so she got 17 chords. She was granted, or I guess awarded, several awards at graduation.
Right.
She has founded 2 organizations.
Whoop,
she has a clothing line. This girl is just, bad bitch central. She's just doing it. So she's graduating from Westlake High School. She is going to the Stanford University in California. Mm-hmm. And just look at her. Just chord it out. Just chord it out. So, do it, sis.
Shout out to you, baby girl.
Yes.
And shout out to everyone graduating in the next 2 weeks. Everyone finished with finals.
Yes.
You were done with spring summer 2017.
Spring semester.
Yeah.
You know what they call it? Semesters.
Summer.
Right.
So yeah, congratulations to everybody. I'm happy for everybody. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm happy for myself.
Congratulations.
I finished with the spring 2017. You are finished with school.
Congratulations. Yeah, so that's just what it is.
Let's just see what the summer brings.
Right. I'm very excited to decorate my graduation cap. So.
Are you gonna do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Yeah, I'm fired up, ready to go.
All right, y'all.
Weekend, so make sure you like the Facebook page at Still Diverted. Follow us on Instagram at Still Diverted. Tweet about the show using the hashtag Still Diverted. You can follow her at Ken Mirror. You can follow me at _Hey Malcolm. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
I know my page has got a lot of pictures of me. Everybody, literally this week, 3 people were like, "Yo, I didn't know that was you. I didn't know that was your profile. I didn't see any pictures of you." I was like, I put up the videos, but Ken mirror.
Yeah. So, all right. I think that's it. Really sad news. Beyonce's twins are going to be Geminis, and I don't know how to feel about that. So.
Well, they're probably gonna be super talented. Super talented. When is this child's birthday? When's Blue's birthday?
Oh my gosh.
She's a September baby, no?
No, when is Blue's birthday?
January?
Oh my god, I don't even know.
How do you know your child's birthday?
I forget.
Yeah, January
7th.
I know she's a Capricorn.
Yeah.
She's gonna have her kids are gonna be amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to watch them.
Wow, this is so sexist. Blue Ivy Carter, Jay-Z's daughter. Excuse me!
Excuse me!
How dare you?
Two parents.
It takes two, baby.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye y'all. See you next week.